Alrighty, testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to yet another Candy Egg stream. I am Candy Eggs, everyone's 8th or so favorite queer, and today we are going to be working on some fancy dancy blender for our exobiology project. I probably should have sounded more awake when we began, but you know what? This is what we get. Now I am just going to be on my phone quick, making sure that the stream is in fact up. If you are watching this after the fact, you may go ahead and skip forward about 10, 30 seconds, maybe even more. Okay, so it seems like the stream is up, but I don't think it's showing anything. How are the visuals going, my friends? And there's a lot more people who are actually here right now. Hello, Pond Scums. Hello, Goodrick. Hello. I'm gonna mess up everyone's names, every single person. Games T Discovery Blends. Hello. Gergo. That can't be right. I'm such a dumbass. Fulcarius, hello. Yes, can everybody see the screen? You should have the chat on the left and Blender in most of the screen. Oh, wait, no. Wait, I know how to fix this. Wait, guys. I know. Oh my goodness. Okay. I got this. I forgot that when I changed between my art tablet and my other thing, I have to do this. Now we should all be seeing... Now we should all be seeing everything on the screen, right? You bitch has failed. Alright. I am pretty sure this is working now. My sweet jubilant cherubs, how are we feeling right now? Okay, so my stream has caught up. We can see everything. We can. Okay. We are working. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully my audio's working well. Yeah, my microphone is facing in the correct direction. Let me get out my art thing. So, there is a lot of stuff I have been working on for this exobiology project, of which I cannot show because I don't want to show off too much before the video comes out, because that would just make it be like you would already know everything. And a big important part, at least for me and the way that I'm presenting the sneaky peekies, is that I normally give them without any context, but if I give you guys too many pictures and too much information, you guys can piece together pretty reliably. A few of you have already started to try and piece together cladistically, and it's very interesting, and a lot of you have gotten very close. But, oh gosh, I don't remember the hotkeys for transform. Wait, is it T? No. I know how to use so many programs that it's just like exploding my brain. I am still pretty new to Blender, so we are going to be struggling through this. Okay, the Z is the blue, so we're trying to move that. Bloody pigeon, what up? The ceiling is up. I have to say that every single time without fail. Okay, so we are all going to witness my cursed and evil workflow in Blender. As I continue to try to speak properly. So, I have some notes to my left. By the way, for context, so that everyone can just imagine my terrible workspace, I don't have a computer desk. It is an art desk, one of those ones that flips up, except all of my computer shit is on it, so I, in fact, cannot flip it up. So I've got this really cursed setup. I've got my art, what is it called? Sketchbook, duh. I've got my sketchbook up here with a lot of scattered designs, many of which have been scrapped, but I'm trying to get, because we are coming to the tail end of preparation for this project, I'm starting to sort of feel bad that I scrapped so many things and I'm sort of coming back to them. Especially now that I've gotten better at 3D, I can sort of make some of these designs easier in 3D than I would like actually painting it, and hopefully this does save time. But we have two different things to be working on today, both of which have classic iconic, might I rephrase, if we will tolerate that, classic iconic working names, the first of which being the paralytic cluster, and the second one being the lilac bandage. These are very odd names. They both involve calcareomorphs, the basically coral algae type thing. Oh, actually, I should make this a little wider because I can't read. Oh my gosh. There we go. I can't read some of the messages. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Candy Egg struggles with computers for 3 hours. There we go. Ponscums. Did I get your weird little worm? That is an excellent question. Let me check my email real quick. I love weird little worms. Ooh, I don't believe so. If you emailed it to the Candy Eggs, whatever it is, Candy Eggs Connect Gmail, I did not receive it unless it is in spam. I don't see anything in there. That is unfortunate. I'm sure we can solve that in a little bit. Say the sun is up because it works even if you're outside. Iconic. George. Oh. It seems so obvious though, George. Oh, it seems so obvious now. I have been enlightened. Ooh, Hungarian. I don't even know what Hungarian sounds like. That's cool. That's cool. Love to see. Like, there's so many people who watch my silly little thing. Anyways, we need to add a meatball, which I learned very recently is not called meatball. It's called Metaball. I may be dyslexic. I genuinely thought it said meatball for a couple months. Goodrick These says the algae skipped the Cnidarian middleman and went straight to becoming coral. But you see, we are doing coral part 2 because this one is very fun. It's sort of a parasitic relationship. Granted, for plant-like things, herbivory is also wait. Herbivory is also a sort of parasitism. But for this creature, this entity, sort of lodges itself on the calcareomorphs and sort of sprawls over it. So we are going to be rendering a calcareomorph, but we are also going to be rendering the thing on it. Alright, Ponscums is going to resend. Awesome. It might be, I am not entirely sure, but it might be that your image was too large for email to send it properly. So it might have just like broke the email. That may or may not be the case, depending. My only other advice is to make sure that the email is spelled properly. Let me double check that I spelled the email properly. KANDYEGGS connect@gmail.com. Yes. Well, hopefully that gets sorted out because I would absolutely love seeing that funny worm. Bloody Pigeon usually responds to what's up with the clouds mostly. That is awesome. Okay. So we have our Metaball. How many of you are fans of Blender? How many out here are Blender extraordinaires? Because we are about to be doing some fun stuff. Yeah, that's a good angle. Grab that. I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, it's over here. I'm gonna bend it a little bit. Doop. Scale it down. Rotate again. You feel like an absolute pro gamer when you're using all of the hotkeys at once. Actually, it should be flatter up here. Yeah. Let's fix that angle a bit. Yeah. Actually, let me grab this one again. I have a better idea. Go back into this mode. We will simply add one more. Awesome. Now, this Metaball, what it is I'm sure you have guessed already, is that these, like, I think they're called splines. These splines basically give influence over one another. Like they're little globs of clay. And these little globs of clay, they have this influence over each other. You see, if I move this one, a lot of it gets bigger. And we're using that to block out our shape pretty effectively. Widen that. Oops, let me... On the y-axis? Nope, along the x-axis. Yippee! That is a pretty good shape right there. Okay, so what we are gonna do now... Or wait, how do I... There we go. A is select all. Now what I can do is I can convert this to a mesh. So now if we look in the wireframe mode, we have a mesh. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be sculpting it into the shape of which I would like. Now to do that, I first need to do a little modifier. So our modifier is going to be a generative. We're going to generate a remesh through voxels. Now this will approximate the volume pretty exactly. But we need smaller voxels so that we can sculpt this in a funny way. We probably don't need that many. I do want that many though. Actually, you know what? This isn't going to be a very complex one, so I can go like really high mesh weight with this. I think that'll be fine. Monty Claire can't wait for the next episode. Awesome! I am also excited for it. It has been so long, and it has been something that I've waited so long for. Also, hello, you're from Estonia. Ooh, I don't even know where that is. That sounds really awesome. Estonia. I'm pretty sure I used to know where it was. When I was in elementary school, they had us doing map tests, or whatever they called it. And I was so bad at them. My memory is so bad, and like country names aren't puns. So I can't memorize them the way that I do with Pokemon. Alright, so now I have applied that remesh modifier so we can sort of venture into sculpt mode. Something really want to do is sort of like cap off this edge. Hopefully this is working the way that I think it does. Awesome. So our edge is capped. Let's cap off this edge as well. I suppose that edge doesn't really need to be capped off, but you know what? It'll define the shape better. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to go for a little bit of elastic deform just to get like a wonkier shape going on. Make it look a little more organic. Get like that little wiggliness. Get the bottom thickened out. Alright. Womp. 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 These noises are entirely required, by the way. Estonia is in the Baltics. It's the wannabe Nordic... Oh! I understand now. That makes sense. Okay, so we've got a neat shape. I think I want to rotate it a bit, so I am gonna go for a little bit of a rotation up ways. Grab it more into like the weight, the middle weight of our object, and now this is looking pretty solid. Let's go back into sculpt mode and let's sort of texturize this. I think it's the scrape is what I want. Let me see how this turns out. That did not do what I wanted. Let's see. Does it need to be in negative mode to work the way I think it does? No. Just doesn't work the way I think it does. I might just have to do it with the draw sharp like I normally do. That's a-okay. The thumb might work. Oh, my sound is too low. That is unfortunate. I can try... Oh, my sound is kind of low. I'm going to turn that up a little bit. Yippee. Now I'm also going to lean into the microphone a little bit. This should be at more proper volume. Let me know otherwise. My microphone has been a little bit finicky lately as to how close it wants me to be to it and how loud it wants me to talk, so hopefully this is better. We got a large phallic object in 3D. I want to get a lot of good texture. Clay is probably a good texture. Let me test this. Oh yes, that is exactly. This is exactly what I wanted. Except now we ran into a bug. This is an annoying bug in Blender. Let me make sure I can remember how to do it. So we're gonna go back and oh, by the way, the bug is that our sculpt cursor is an oval now. It's an ellipse instead of a circle. And for anyone who is a Blender nerd, we are where was it? I think it's a... No, how did I do it? Yes, Control A, all transformations. They are applied now. Now we go back into sculpt mode and look, our cursor is a circle again. We did it. We did it. Big brain moment. Big brain moment. Yay. Montclair, oh no, your outputs are at max? At least I have a really good mic, thank you. So, I guess I'll turn it up a little bit more. This should be better. Now, unfortunately, I am actually, like, trained in a lot of, like, video stuff. And a lot of people, like, pretty routinely tell me that my audio isn't loud enough. I will say, most people on YouTube do not know about that, and they routinely get people's speakers to blow out. Oh my gosh. Moni Claire, not Monty. F. I think I actually might be dyslexic. I was so confused at what you were talking about there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh well. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, YouTube volume. It is kind of hard to see what we got going on here, but that's even more hard to see. Ooh, that's evil. I'll just stay like this. Let's start scraping up our thing with these clay mushes. And then we can go in more detail later. In fact, I'm going to go for the big mushes right now. Oh yeah, we mushin'. We mushin'. Look at that. We got some nice mush going on. This actually looks pretty cool. Basically, this is going to be a calcareomorph with a thing on it. And we are going to approximate that. I tell you what. I've gotten into this interesting workflow with vertex painting, which is basically like, instead of putting actual colors on the thing, I am assigning each point a color. And that has been working very well for me, because UV unwrapping and all of that is terrible, and I hate doing it. And I refuse to learn how to do it in Blender because I already suffered learning how to do it formally in Maya, which is like Blender but terrible, and it costs a lot of money. Whereas Blender is free. Yeah, so we're basically just texturing it right now, so it looks more like a coral type thing. And then we can get on to the more complex parts of today's little artistic endeavor. I think I'm going to edit the shape a little bit more, but that is why sculpting is fun. Finally, the sausage jellyfish. Almost. So I will say, the creatures in the stream profile are relevant to this. They're also relevant to the other thing I'll be working on if I manage to get this finished up in one stream, which I may or may not, depending on what roadblocks I run into. But the lilac bandage is another one. We are currently working on the paralytic cluster, which is a fun name. And the paralytic cluster sort of grows on calcareomorphs. Isn't that fun? Alright, we are almost done with like our first main globbing. Oh, this is faster actually, like drawing little swirls. It looks pretty alright still. I'll sort of mix up the padding and the swirls. Art is just controlled scribbling. If anyone is hesitant to get into art, that is entirely what it is. It's controlled scribbling. Alright, our lumpy shape is looking pretty cool. Alright, let's add in some more shapes. We're now cutting into it with this like sharper tool. Sort of adding our fun little texture. I'm sure there are easier ways to make it textured, but we are doing it the Candy Eggs way, which is extremely inefficient, but I don't have to learn things. Yeah. So what is going on today, everybody? What is going on? I was meant to do laundry, but my sister is doing laundry right now, so I guess I will be doing that later. Doesn't that sound interesting? I have work tomorrow. This is the most interesting stream of all time. The Switch 2 trailer came out. That was something. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a Switch 2. So even if I wanted it, I can't really have it. Unfortunately, the new Pokemon game is probably going to be on there too, so I won't be able to get that either. Oh, Goodrick These has returned. Welcome back. Ooh, Gavin. Hello, Gavin. Howdy, not to detract from the artistry of sculpting, but have you tried geometry nodes? Oh god, yes I have. Any interest in using those for adding texture, shape, animation, etc.? So, that is an excellent question. I created... Oh, why does it look blocky? Oh, wait, I know why it looks blocky. Hold on. I'm going to answer that in just a second. Shade Smooth. There we go. That is an excellent question. You see, I did get into geometry nodes for making plant-type devices, and unfortunately, my computer cannot handle it. Like, I created an entire system by following a YouTuber who I don't remember, but I wrote it down somewhere, on how to make, like, auto-generative tree-type things. And it was very useful for what I was trying to do, which was make like a thing where I could generate plants without having to draw them because plants are very complex. But this is like a biology project. I just didn't want to have to draw really complicated plants type things with repeating patterns and like random variants, and that proved very beneficial. But I ended up making one that was way too complex, which I don't even understand why it's too complex, because I have been making things that are massively more difficult, you'd think, for my computer to withstand. Like, I can't show them because they are spoilers, but they look really, really cool. But the plant ones haven't been, like, it's just been crashing every time I render it. Even when I render it the cheap way with Eevee, I think is the cheap one instead of Cycles. But I've sent it to my friend Lux, who has yet to try it on their massive supercomputer laptop, pardon. But I don't really know, because the plants were one of the big parts of like the mission for this project, right? And doing it in 3D was kind of like one of my plans that I always wanted to try, and those geonodes were just the perfect opportunity for it. But I might just have to like go the really cheap way to make plants, where I just like draw a PNG and sort of like manually place it around a branch I made, which would suck, unfortunately. But I do have an entire geonode system, and I have like a pretty rudimentary understanding of the geonodes in Blender because of it. But I just don't know if my computer will be able to actually use them regularly. Yeah, this is some nice texture we got going on. I like that, even though it looks like a giant poo. Goodrick, working on your Minecraft geological timeline? What? That sounds awesome. What do you mean by that? Like the geological timeline in actual Minecraft because of like the fossils and stuff and the different rock layers? Or is it like a Minecraft world that's sort of like a museum on geological timelines? Also, Gavin says, that's exciting. Can't wait to see how that turns out. I hope it turns out, because it does look genuinely really cool. Unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with my plant thing, but I can't turn the geonodes thing into a mesh to remesh it as a decimated form with less pixels, because when I try and turn it into a mesh, it only turns part of it into a mesh. I think my computer just actually explodes trying to do it and gives up, because I can't find anything that's wrong with it, because I've done other things that work perfectly fine. It's just that one I was working on just doesn't want to work, and I tried everything to fix it. Alright, George says, so is this going to be a parasitic calcareomorph growing on some sort of tendrilled CNET? That is a really cool idea. However, it is basically the exact opposite of that. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be fun. Oh, this is getting a little too long. Yeah, that's better. Gavin, I'm curious to see what your setup looks like. Sorry, it's not working on your PC. Yeah, don't worry about it. If I can't figure something out, it's just going to be like a really low resolution picture that I'm going to manually crop out from the background. Oh, Goodrick, these know like a physical 4,567 block long timeline made with prehistoric mod. That is cool. I love Minecraft. Honestly, I have sort of been falling out of love with Pokemon, which is kind of expected. But oh, I like these like long bits. That'll look cool. But really the only games I play right now are Minecraft and Path of Titans, and it's mostly just been Path of Titans, and I have been having less and less free time. So it's mostly just been Path of Titans, and I have played almost no Minecraft whatsoever lately. A little bit sad, because it is one of my favorite games, but it is what it is. All right, well, this is looking interesting, I will say. Oh wait, that's too big. Duh. I was like, why is it warping like that? What? That's right, Candy Eggs does Mario theme song for no reason. But I decided to try with them up. That's cool. I just mumbled really hard. I gotta remember, I don't have to read out loud every message because everyone in the stream can see it. And after the stream is over, people can see it, which is cool. I know that there are some people who do watch these afterwards, which is always fun. All right. We are getting some good texturing going. After I get this texturing, I got a little bit more to go, and then all should be fine and dandy, and we can start working on the next part of our nice little mission. Arthur says, is this an appendage of some creature? Almost. This is going to be a piece of a calcareomorph, which is basically like the coral type thing. As this creature that we are going to be drawing is a parasite of these creatures. Or I guess these aren't so much creatures as they are plant type devices. But yeah, what we are going to be drawing is basically like a plant parasite. You can't see my finger quotes, but plant parasite basically is what we're doing today. And we are going to be mounting it onto our example of what a plant type device were to look like. These noises are once again completely necessary. Bloody Pigeon says, hello, future YouTube people. Indeed, hello, future YouTube people. Alright, wow, our lumpy thing is looking real lumpy. That actually... it looks so much like a terrible obelisk of painful feces. I bet that is not the sentence you expected to hear from Candy Eggs today. I'm gonna inflate the bottom bit a bit. Oh no. Okay, well, I didn't think this would happen for some reason. That might be an issue. I'm just gonna stretch it then. With Elastic Deform, my favorite tool. There. Awesome. Alright, now I'm going to stretch it a little bit that way. Then we can scratch on some more detail and get on with this. Bloody Pigeon doesn't know what they'll do yet, but they're sure future you will agree. That's always good to hear. I know very few times in my Minecraft world I have just looked at the thing I made and went, what even is this? It's just very few times it was terrible enough, in my future opinion, to just get rid of it. Normally, I like to just build everything on top of each other, and it creates this interesting, like, collective thing, but sometimes it's just a little demolition never hurt. Okay. We are looking awesome. Now I'm going to texture the inside of this a little bit. Let's actually keep that on the negative. Let's grab the regular sculpt brush and buff out this edge a little bit. Smooth it out. And now let's get back to texturing. This is meant to be sort of like the inside, so I'm going to like buff it in quite a bit. Oh, Chickadee Stevenson, welcome to yet another stream. Shrimp tempura looking thing. It does actually, though. It does. Okay. Awesome. And now we are sort of revealing the stone inside of the calcareous morph. We can divot that a little bit. This isn't really required, but we're going to draw it anyways. Add a little bit more. Some big cracks so it looks like there's some greater detail than just static. Yeah. Yeah. Candy eggs, whoa, what is this stupid looking thing? You'll see. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and use my grab tool to sort of poke out little bits and bobs so that it looks just a little bit more 3D like. I didn't like how sharp those last ones were. So we get sort of multiple levels of strange lumpiness. I like the edge. The tip looks pretty cool. Now let's rotate, get some more random pulled pieces. Yeah. 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 This is gonna look really cool for the shading. Like, that's why I've been liking 3D, just because it's like this would have taken forever to shade. And I'm just really glad I don't have to do that in two-dimensional form, if we're being honest. Goodrick these. I'm very excited for the next update for PN. Oh, is that what the abbreviation for the Minecraft? Since the... Wait, especially the pre-Cambrian stuff. Since the third one was my introduction to the series, I initially thought the calcareous morphs were funky stromatolites. They kind of are. If we're being honest, they kind of are just funky stromatolites. Oh yeah, look at that. This kind of looks more like a rock than I intended, but I guess it is basically a rock. Oh, by the way, everyone in the chat, I apologize in advance if I forget topics that you were just talking about like a minute ago, because 3D takes like my entire brain, and I have never tried to stream while doing it before. I normally just like sit in complete and utter silence for eons. Alright, now let's dip some in. Huh. This is actually kind of a good way to make a rock texture. I'll have to remember that for later. Alright, well, we got this lumpy thing. Congratulations, Candy Eggs. Now, let's add another window and move this into the shade. Was it the shader editor? I think so. Now let's no, it's not there. Okay, wait, I need to make this full screen so I can find the stuff. Yes, there it is. New texture. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom. Oops. Color attribute. But we don't have the attribute yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this from object mode into vertex paint mode. We're going to take our color. Yeah, it's a good color. Maybe a little more orange. Yeah. And then we're going to do paint, set vertex colors, and then over here we're going to take that attribute so that when we go into the mode, not that one. No, wait, yes, it is that one. Now it is the color we want. This kind of looks like a sponge. It actually really does look like a sponge. Okay, so now we can start coloring it, and I can make this regular size again and read what's going on. Capture Gaming. Aw, you loved my newest video. Thank you very much. My silly little item label thing. There was like a couple people who like really liked those, and my brother and I caved and wasted our money on those item label plushes. Ah, funny, silly thing. Wait, not convert to. I want. Um, where is it? No, it's under view. Frame selected. Yippee! Okay. Vertex paint. We are back to the vertex paint mode. This piece is going to be basically separate from everything else. So we can sort of paint on this freely for now before we before we put on the actual creature type thing. Discovery Blend's trying really hard not to make a texture for your pleasure joke. The amount of time I have to spend at work around teenagers and I'm just not supposed to laugh when they say things like that is really funny. Like, I just have to sit there blank faced. Anyways, good Rick these. Since the third one was your introduction to the series, awesome. You initially thought they were funky stromatolites. Wait, did I already respond to that? Oh my gosh, my brain is so stupid. Either way, they are basically funky stromatolites. Good Rick these. How can you get an ad on a stream? That's an excellent question. I have ads turned on the stream that should come up like once every 20 minutes. That is just to give me like a couple pennies so that I can still do this before I have a Patreon. I technically have a Patreon. I'm gonna bring it back, I think, when this next episode comes out because I am in dire need of money, pals. And if I can make money on my art project, that would literally be the dream. It looks like a block of sulfur. Alright, I'm trying to think what color should we add to make it not look like a block of sulfur? But I'm gonna lower the strength. Bloody Pigeon, this looks... the silly jokes. The silly jokes. Space flight fusion. This is an interesting little critter. Yes, indeed. It's a coral, basically. It'll make more sense later on. I might make it more vertical. Gavin has been loving my videos and love to hear as a GeoNodes YouTuber. That is awesome. I might have actually used one of your videos without noticing then, because I was just fumbling with the GeoNodes for so long. I might actually open up one of my GeoNodes ones. I might have deleted it for space on my computer since I already rendered some of the pictures I needed, but GeoNodes are the worst thing ever, and it might be really funny if you saw how terrible it looks. Good Rick these. It does look crunchy, and I really like it. I really like this side more, so I think I might just flip it over, for being honest. Actually, no. I'll just put the parasitic thing like up here. Then we'll still have that glorious texture. That sounds like a good plan. Veggie straw. Oh, and we have Pedro. Hello, Sage. Hello, Pedro. I have a good friend named Pedro. As I inspect the profile picture to make sure you're not him. Definitely not Pedro on YouTube and Instagram. Is also a paleo artist. Well, I say that, but I barely do paleo art anymore. 6'4 Crusader. Hello, Kandy, you want us to watch the ad even if it's an AI? Why is there AI ad? I explicitly told it not to do that. Oh my god. So believe it or not, on YouTube, you can like filter what ads you do and do not allow. I explicitly said not to have AI ads. I'm gonna need to go back in there again. It's probably like, we deleted all of your preferences for no reason without telling you. Ugh. Spaceflight fusion. Sorry, you meant vegetable type device straw. That is literally gonna be a joke basically in the episode is that I keep saying like plant type device and animal type device, but when it comes to fish, fish is not a taxonomic group, so I will just call them fish. They are not fish like devices, they are fish in the next episode. George didn't get any ads so far. That's awesome. I wonder how random they actually are. Alright, I'm gonna like scrape on this darker color to get some variance going on. That looks pretty alright. I'm kind of trying to follow... Pardon? I'm kind of trying to follow like some of the creases for this scribble coloring. George, what am I doing in my free time when I'm not working on this project? So I have another art project, which is a comic called Tantum's Construct, which can be read right now for free on Instagram at candy_eggs_comics. And other than that, I play Path of Titans with my friend Lux and sometimes with other people. And that is it. That is quite literally the extent of what I do in my free time. Of course, Path of Titans is kind of a massive waste of time, but it is great for stopping my brain from having to think. Bloody Pigeon, why don't I have the VTuber model? That is an excellent question. So my computer does not have enough memory or whatever it's called to use that at the same time as using complex programs and complex video games. So I can use it while I'm using Krita if the art piece I'm working on isn't that complex. But when it comes to stuff like this, the thing just breaks because it has to, in approximately real time, like understand which mouth noises I'm making, and it just freezes the puppet. So if I did have it open, it would really just like be completely frozen half the time, or just like flap its mouth randomly at all times. Godrictes is currently at 4,146 million years ago on the timeline. That is awesome. I am so bad at math, I don't even fully grasp when that is. Gavin, you'd love to take a look at the notes. Oh boy, so the sad thing is I can't open the really complex one that I haven't been able to render, but there are two other ones I can open. This is kind of looking like a piece of cheese. In fact, let me add some dark greenish brassy colors. That's too vibrant. Aw, yeah. I really like this brassy color. It's a lot of people's like least favorite color, but it's like, I don't know, I think it's cool. False water cobras are this color. A lot of stuff is this color. I like this color. I could probably turn this into a scatter brush too, but I don't really want to mess with the brush settings because I don't want to like break it, which I have done before. Da 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 da. Godricte says Tantum's Construct exclamation point. Yes. If we're being honest, I care so much more about Tantum's Construct than this Aliens project. But the Aliens project is also very fun to me and it's very important to me. It's just that Tantum's Construct has OCs that I basically made from when I was a child, so it has some priority. Stopping brain from having to think relatable content. Unfortunately, it's so related. This looks like a giant rotten corn. I wonder what the worst thing we're all gonna say this looks like is gonna be today. I think I need more gold. After I finish up this brass, I think I'm gonna go for a really strong gold color. Maybe even a darker orange. The corn. The corn. The Hadean. Okay, awesome. Cheese coral. Cheese coral, mate. The new Wallace and Gromit came out, and Sparesy and I have been watching it. I, because you have no idea, my channel was going to be like movie reaction reviews for so long, just because me and Sparesy will watch animated movies and then just judge them extremely harshly after we watch them for like 40 minutes, just like completely dissect and analyze everything about it. And I've wanted to record it so bad, but I also fret that no one would care, and it's also a lot of work and I'm not going to do it. But just know, it would have been so funny. But we were watching the Wallace and Gromit, the new movie, and it seems pretty good so far. We're about like 20 minutes in. It's not nearly as good as The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, but it's still fun. George got their first ad. Awesome. Sorry about the ads, but until I get Patreon set up, it does really help. Just the ads on these silly streams. I also need to set up all the other dumb monetary things. Yeah, I need some dark orange. I need some dark orange. I'm gonna boost the strength. Yeah. Yeah. And then after this dark orange, I need some like really pale yellow or pale vibrant golden yellow. And once again, I'm trying to focus on the creases with these darker colors because that sort of accentuates it, because I'm basically painting a sculpture, right? And in sculptures, you want to paint those creases so that it accentuates the shading, and that's the same thing with this. And then I'm going to set, like, it's not a texture, a material. I'm going to edit the material. Now it's really looking like corn, if we're being honest. I'm going to set the material so that the reflectiveness is how I want it. And then we are going to start working on the other thing, which is basically has 2 steps to it. It looks deep fried. It does look deep fried. If I made this like a brownish, almost amber color, it would absolutely look deep fried. In fact, let's prove that real quick. Meow. Color, is it color mix? No, it's the hue saturation. All right, let's make it deep fried, everybody. Give me orange. No. Now it's just a poo. No, that's not what I wanted. The orange. No. 0.45. Okay, well, 0.43? No, 0.48. I'll try. Why does it just look like a poo? There. Now it's tasty. Oh, now it's a hot Cheeto. Wait, I just created a Cheeto. It's 3D Cheeto, alien Cheeto, alien Cheeto, alien Cheeto, alien Cheeto. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alien Cheeto. George says now it's looking like coral. Awesome. Shape reminds you of something Nidarian. Can't remember exactly. Maybe the siphonophore float. Huh. I wonder. Kind of looks like a sea sponge to me. I am gonna edit that hue in a bit, just cause like sneaky little thing for everybody who does art. If you're using different colors and you want it to look more unified, just do like a color overlay. Just do like a color overlay and then make it not fully visible, and it makes all the colors look like they actually go together. That's That's my sneaky deal for today. Awesome. See, this side looks like it's made of plaster. This looks like a thing with texture. Plaster, texture. Plaster, texture. A siphonophore nematocyst. I don't even know what that is. Let me go see. Yes, I'm listening to weird ASMR. Siphonophore wait, Metaballs. What? Siphonophore nematocyst. What the frick is that? Oh, one of these things. Wow, this is confusing. Nidicite. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I would recommend the best ASMR playlist. I have to listen to it so that my brain doesn't scream at me constantly, because I can't exist in silence. Welcome to the Brain Rot Nation. The fearsome 3D alien rises. I want to show everyone the 3D stuff I've been working on so badly, but I can't. It's such a spoiler. If you've been following my Instagram, you've seen like really cropped pictures of them, but I might be moving to Tumblr. Just because what is it called? Meta? I don't fucking know. They're just removing a lot of queer stuff in a very terrible, unhelpful way. And Tumblr will remain a place of hellish rambunctiousness until the end of time. So Tumblr will be safe from this for the foreseeable future, and I will probably be joining the Tumblr denizens at some point. But for now, I still use Instagram. It's just a neurospicy thing. I am not beating the probable allegations. Oh, Kandy, we need a tiny spoiler. Won't tell anyone. Tumblr continues to persist by doing nothing at all. It does. Okay, maybe we can look at a spoiler. Maybe. But the issue being that my folder for this just has every single thing clearly visible. Maybe spoiler. Maybe in a little bit. Maybe. I will have to turn my screen black again and then bring it back when it's visible, but that is still a doable thing. But yeah, once I'm done with these like creases, then I can add my little tiny highlight. And then I can edit the hue shift, and then we can start working on the actual creature at hand. And by the way, I have like earned the speed of workflow. Like, this is infinitely faster than what it was when I first started with Blender. Oh, it kind of looks like scrambled eggs. Oh, that's kind of gross. Anyways, my workflow with Blender has gotten like infinitely faster. I even can sort of do geonodes, which I will need to do more geonodes for other things. Like, there's other plant type devices that aren't okay, well, here's a fun spoiler without showing anything. There are other plant type devices that are not xanthophylls. Ooh, yes. And those I am going to, oops, that was too much. Those I am going to want to create procedurally with geonodes. So I'm hoping that I have the capability to do that without my brain exploding. Join us to Tumblr. Everyone should join Tumblr. Oh, then they do something, but the users bully the CEO. That is the realest thing in the entire world. I love how Tumblr is ruled by, like, bullying the elite. It is so fucking funny. Also, like, a significant amount of the Homestuck fandom is on Tumblr, and that's my favorite thing. So I would fit right in. Oh my gosh, you know the worst thing ever, though? I have shoelaces that my darling friend Gnar bought me. Gnar does the voice of Kazma in my Tantum's Construct animation. If anybody has seen that, that's that friend. And they got me these shoelaces that have the trans flag on them. And I love those shoelaces, and I wear them all the time. And I kid you not, I had the Tumblr experience in real life. Somebody said, "Hey, I like your shoelaces." And my dumbass did not realize that I was supposed to say the line part. I was supposed to go, "Thanks, I stole them from the president." No, I just said, "Oh my gosh, thanks, my friend got them for me and I wear them all the time." Because I was like, yeah, because they are pretty cool. But I missed the opportunity. And I am, oh my god. I will, I can't believe that that happened. I'm like, all of my training was for that moment. And I scuffed it. This really does look like scrambled eggs. This is getting like grosser and grosser as we go. But once I make it less shiny, or perhaps more shiny, it should look better as well. Oh, Chickadee Stevenson bathed your cat yesterday? That's an interesting thing. I'm used to rabbits. I had a rabbit for a really long time. And rabbits like cannot get wet. Like they're designed to like never become wet. But I've heard a lot of cats that like water. I mean, obviously like the big cats like water. But it's sort of like a joke, I guess, in media that cats really, really hate water. Tamsub's construct mention becomes marketable Andrognathus. Welcome, Thygo. Thygo has been working on a really cool fan character design project, and I have been adoring it. So other than my like actual real life friends, Thygo probably knows most about the comic than anyone else, because they ask some quality questions. Corn cob made of eggs. Corn cob made of eggs. But then I flip it over to the other side, and there's just so much work to be done. uh, Good Drink These is getting the Minecraft flow. I love to see it. 6'4 Crusader, are you using real coral as a reference, or is this guy too different? So, that's an excellent question. Unlike real coral, the calcareomorphs just kind of grow randomly, and I really only have those like two drawings of them because I think they're really boring to draw. But I am not currently using a reference. I initially sort of used a reference for the older drawings. I think I was using like staghorn coral or something. But for this, I am just using no reference, and I'm just like drawing colors on it, on my lumpy thing. Yeah. I love drawing lumpy colors. I love... Ooh, Savannah Mix. I know what cat that is. I used to watch on the Animal Planet as a kid all the time. Those like... What even were they? I think it was like a... Just a cat show, and it would like show different cat breeds and like the breeders that produced them. And I remember seeing an episode about that. The Savannah cats, they look interesting. I like them. Kenny Eggs is obviously using a shrimp tempura as reference. I basically am. It does look like shrimp tempura. Thygo's project is currently on pause due to school. Understandable. I forced myself to graduate college and I will never go back again. I actually might have to, though. My degree is basically in graphic design, and then AI came out. So, fun. You might not think that my major was in graphic design with how terrible my thumbnails and stuff look. I am just really bad at graphic design, which is part of the problem. I probably should have gone into fine arts or something, if we're being honest. DEORKN? I haven't even heard that before. Must be a transitionary. Oh no, what's it called? Period. Candy eggs forgets the word period. It looks like a pickle. Positive. I just made like a gross noise into the microphone. I apologize for that. There we go. Okay. So we're looking pretty cool, about as cool as a cucumber. Awesome. So I need to color on the stone now. So let's increase our strength to 100. The stone is like a mostly grayish color. Now we can add that. And then we can add the transition between both things. Boop. It looks like a candy. Looking like a Yule log or something. Wow. Yes. Swirl it. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So that is looking pretty cool. Now I just need darker orange for the border. And we should be looking pretty cool. Need to be a bit darker. Oh wait, we're on the smudge. That's why. Oh, that's way too dark. Let me go back. Oh no. There we go. That should be just about right. Awesome. Okay. Now we can do a little bit of blurrage. And here is our funny rock, guys. Actually, let me add a darker grayish color in there for the texturing. And then we can blur this out in just a second. You can see now that I've got like a really tiny brush that this is just like coloring the points in between shapes. Whoa, candy eggs. That was a huge pause. Was it for dramatic effect? No. Actually, I'll do the smudge tool. Yippee. There we go. That looks like a rock, I think. I think that's what rocks look like. Candy Eggs reveals that that's what she thinks rocks look like. Alright. Now the final thing I want to do is let's go back into sculpt mode. Let's widen up this edge so it doesn't look like it just actually stops. Yeah. This way it'll look more like it naturally continues rather than just immediately stopping. Yeah. Okay, Big Bird's finger is done. Let's edit our color a little bit. Now, which way is red? It's that way. Green looks cool. Let's go 0.48. add the saturation up a bit. What if we just go 0.5 again? Nah, oops. No, I'm not liking that. What about 0.48 again? Just turn this up. Actually, let's go more of like a really pale yellow then. Nope, not what I wanted. Oh god, 0.52. I think that... Didn't realize the stone was changing too. You know what? This is fine. Let's the value. Yeah, I think 1 is fine. Anyways, now that I have used my entire brain, let me go read everyone's things again. Looks like a pickle. Gavin says, hot take, AI is a bubble that'll pop soon. I completely agree. It's just like the NFTs or whatever. It's just like, what is it called? A hot button word? Something like that everybody's put into everything despite that technology having existed already. It's just like a selling point. It's a huge waste of energy, and people are going to find that out pretty quick. Ponscoms, you got a BFA. Worth it. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I'll figure out what that means. Worth it for life lessons, so not worth it for the artistic learning. Oh, bachelor's in fine arts. I got there in the end. Chickadee, AI is about the hype. Yes, indeed. It's about milking grants and investor money. That is exactly true. It's just like I swear I said that before reading this. Chickadee was in college for writing. However, halfway through, your back went out. Understandable. George, what speculative biology / evolution projects do I like? Well, that is a great question. My favorite one is Wayne Barlow's Expedition. Specifically the book, although I do love the animation too. It's just the book has such just great ideas in it. It has such great ideas, from aliens bringing humans, like hyper intelligent aliens bringing humans to explore a newly discovered planet in the same way that humans bring like a dog to be like a fun mascot and people like the dog. Is such a fun idea. And also the fact that life was big enough on that planet, obviously it probably can't in reality, but big enough to be seen pretty all right quality from space is just really awesome ideas. I also really like Bibluridian's project, although a lot of my qualms with Bibluridian's project are the reason that my project even exists, because I was like, well, if I was making it, I would do it like this, and then I realized, wait a minute, I can do one by myself. Other than that, all tomorrow's is fantastic. Chevdet is working on a new version. I shouldn't call people by their first names. CM Colsman is working on a new version, apparently, which I'm very excited for. What else? Oh no, I forgot what it's called. Oh no, what's the main Dougal Dixon. Dougal Dixon's works are also really interesting. It isn't that accurate anymore, but the fact that it sort of started this trend that you see going on to this day is really cool. And I also really love The Future is Wild, which is basically an animated version of the books. It's just that copyright stuff made it so they couldn't use the designs from the books. And I think it's cool how they got around that. Chickadee, one day AI will take the shitty customers that nobody wanted in the first place. You know, the dumbasses who titled... Yeah, the title beggars. People just... Oh my gosh, people are obnoxious. I worked at Salad and Go, which is like a fast food salad in place for like 3 days before my brain exploded. Um, oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. The gall old people have, especially, is just absolutely ludicrous. Thago, have you heard of Serena? I have heard of Serena. Serena does run into a lot of interesting issues that wouldn't not a lot of people would be able to foresee without Serena doing it. And that being that Seed Worlds sort of run into this issue where if you pick an animal that's complex enough in its biology, you can't really go anywhere with it. Like Serena finds some pretty interesting ways to go about it, but I do love how even as far into Serena as it currently is, there's still just like regular looking birds. And I love that because birds are so complex that they have basically not changed since the Jurassic period. And that's just neat. Okay, so the thing is done. Let's move on to the next part. Also, I would like to rotate this up more. Yeah, let's just make it vertical. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna also rotate it this way. Just a little bit. Yeah. That's cool. Alright, babes. I bet no one expected that we are gonna add another Metaball. Sphere. Okay. Let's up the resolution again. Let me just... Oops. There we go. Now we can move it where I need it to be. So let me just grab... Awesome. Oh, hold on. I gotta check something. Information from my father. Alright, I'll do that in a bit. Anyways. We are gonna get this going. I am a little bit curious as to whether or not this is what everyone foresaw coming for the next step in this modeling, but this is what we're doing. So let's put it down here a bit. Yeah. 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 And I'm gonna move it like that. Actually, I like that sticking through a lot. That looks cool. Now I'm gonna take this first bit, duplicate that, move it around like this, like it's sort of cauterizing the main piece. I like that. Like that. Get another one over here. Seems good. Make it a bit smaller. Move it around. I think there's probably good. Yeah, now let's grab the original again. Duplicate that. Let's bring it down here. Bow it out. Make it more of a circle. Yeah, I like that with the inward part. Candy Egg struggling to say the word inward. Inward. Yes, we are creating a lumpy mass on our corn. Serena is 10 years old. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I just thought of something else that I should have brought up. At which Spec Evo projects do I like? The Faraha project is one that I really, really like. In fact, there is going to be a part where I talk about it in this following episode because one of my lines of creatures is directly inspired by one of their animations on how radial organisms could fly. Now, there isn't a flying creature in it, it's a swimming creature, but the principles are the same. And it's just really, really interesting to think about radial creatures being in shapes that like just can work mathematically. It's awesome. Faraha is excellent. six four 6'4" Crusader. What is that? We I don't know what that is. That might be a tongue in cheek joke right there. I can't tell. Oops, that is behind where I'm looking to place that. Let's move down. Awesome. So I think this is good. I think we are more than ready now to turn this into a thing. So convert to mesh. Now we can bring back this. Now we're going to remesh. Generate remesh. Voxel, and then we make it like that. Go less. 0.4 should be really good for sculpting. Or is it? No, it should be fine. These are lumpy shapes I'm making. Bring back the colors. Yay. Alright. Now we need to make sure to apply, because if you don't apply, it makes my computer cry. Lumpy mass on our corn, should see a doctor about it. I love silly jokes. Oh, Thygo, they made a 10th anniversary post on their site. I should check on the site. I haven't looked at it in a long time. They probably updated it quite a bit. Actually, yeah, it probably is the most expansive Spec Evo project. Huh. I didn't really think about that. Tyson says, love how Gert came up with centrism to account for the fact that not all organisms are going to be tetrapods. That's true. Love lumpy masses on cords. Faraha, new thing to check out, BRB. I think you have to use the Wayback Machine to look at it. I don't actually remember how I got to the website. I just remember what it's called. Corn smut or Mexican truffle in English. Interesting. Interesting. Ew, wait, hold on. I got an ad for Photoshop. Go away. Don't like that. Oh yeah, bring up this back. Oh, now it's too loud. This is what I do. This is how my brain functions. In fact, I'm going to turn the audio just down now. Ooh, it's expensive. I might have to see if I can make it myself, because that does sound intriguing. All right. Paralytic cluster. I hope everyone enjoyed hearing Candy Eggs type with only their like first fingers, like a goblin. Oh, you don't need Wayback for Faraha. Awesome. Tool. Object mode. Sculpt mode. Now we are going to be blobbing it up. Oh no, wait, look, it's doing the thing again. Oops. That is not a circle, so we need to go back to object mode. Control A, all transformations. Sculpt mode. It's a circle again. Yippee! Okay. So, is the blobby working the way I think it is? It is. Let's add our glorious blobbies. All right, babes, this... Oh, wait, hold on. I need to shade smooth. This right here is the actual organism we are working with today. This blobby thing. Yeah, these noises are required. Oh no, that is a glorious blobby thing. I love my blobby thing. Star-strewn skies. Grim, dark, and sci-fi. Noble, bright, for those started grim, dark, and sci-fi. Huh. Sounds cool. Oops, wait, that was too lumpy. Pshoom, pshoom, pshoom. This looks like a pile of frog eggs, but I assure you it is not. It is, in fact, our silly parasitic creature. This is looking pretty cool. I greatly appreciate the sculpting tools in Blender. I love them. So let me get a bigger brush. There we go. You know what's almost a Spec Evo project is this awesome animated series on YouTube I've been following called Humans Be Gone. It's about giant insects and similar. And I've really been enjoying it. It is a very interesting science fiction-y world. And I have, quite frankly, never seen insect furries before. It's not really my vibe, as people can probably tell by the way that I draw cartoon animals, but I think it's really cool. It's sort of about, once again, Humans Be Gone. It's about, like, this world of giant insects that still have, like, regular counterparts, but they're basically microscopic to them. And it's this strange world where gravity works oddly. Like, gravity sort of sticks to things instead of being, like, a property of very large, very massive objects. It's neat. And it also has lots of fun facts about insects, which is why I really like it. And the art is done so that the viewer experiences the world in an approximation to that of how the insects experience it. So, for example, insects can't see the color red, but they can see ultraviolet. So you'll see in the art, nothing is red. And there's this sort of like purple and red swirls thing that represents things like ultraviolet. And I think that is super cool. And it also will come up in the Exobiology project, the way that things like insects struggle to see the color red because of their eye anatomy. I hope my sentences aren't that stuttered, but they probably are. I just sound like I'm constantly in a state of trailing off, focusing on making these blorbs. The blorbos from my shows. Oh, there's been stuff that I haven't been reading. Project Nereus. Project Nereus. I've never heard of that one. It's the ancestor of Mr. Blobby from that weird British TV show. Real. A Lapician truffle. Oh, that's a fun idea. There will be fungal type things eventually. Those will be coming in the episodes where things go to land, which is probably the one after this fish one, but we will see. Oh, Goodrick These has seen Humans Be Gone. Awesome. I follow the person who makes it on Instagram as well, and they're like, oops, wait, this isn't the brush I wanted. I basically like force them to listen to my terrible jokes on their community posts on Instagram and on YouTube. Let's deepen the creases on some of these, and then we'll detail them up in just a bit. Because when we're going in for detail, it's just like drawing, and that we are using this like very blunt brush right now, and then we will go in later with a sharper brush to give it more detail without actually placing very much detail. We're just getting enough for the shading to come through. Oh, Ryan is very excited that a lot of Spec Evo things are finally getting books. This is true. I am hoping that CM Koseman's All Tomorrow's book form gets finished soon, just because I am impatient, and I did definitely order the signed version. So I am very excited for that. Actually, wait. It just goes to show how much I waste money on things like this. I'm actually not sure if I ordered the old version of the book that's signed or the new version. Either way, eventually. Eventually it shall be mine. You know what's a great thing? Sean Hennessy's Dinosaur Comics. Where did I put that book? Oh shoot. Wait, there it is. Sean Hennessy's Speed Thief Volume 1. Actually, I got so much stuff on my desk, I'm not going to take it out. I really enjoyed it. It's got like silly dinosaur comics. And if you are like me and you like haha animal observation in comic form, but it's dinosaurs, you'll love it as well. A lot of his stuff is on Instagram last I checked. But I would definitely recommend getting the book. It truly does hit different when it's in person. Very funny. There's also special ones in there. And I do so dearly love special versions of things. I play Pokemon. Of course I like special versions of things. If I pop this, dozens of baby frogs come out. If only. Because once again, everyone, the image on the thumbnail is relevant. This is related to one of the creatures in the image of the thumbnail. Technically, it's related to both of them, but it is like, you know, one of those is more relevant than the other one. All right, this is looking pretty awesome. Dun, 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 dun. Ben says hello. Tyson, I already read that. Do you want a font to develop on Lapis someday? That is an excellent question. I have been thinking a lot about that. Possibly. I might bring it up and then just not elaborate on it. Just because I know that my friend Lux really doesn't like when they add so fonts because they sort of like derail and detract from everything. I don't find the study of culture to be very interesting, so even if I do, I will not elaborate on it that much, but I might do it in sort of like an artistic way where it's like, well, this thing has comparable intelligence to humans, and then they went extinct. Something along those lines. Or maybe just like have a vague mass extinction, I don't know. Goes to show how much is planned ahead for this series. um, Destiny says it's good to see progress. Awesome. I do love showing progress. We are almost done with everything that I was planning for, art-wise. I still need to do the animations and such, and the writing, but we will get there. That got me when I see a creature with a mildly unusual color variation. Real. Real. Me, Sparzy, and Luxbird, we were playing Path of Titans the other day, and we ended up looking at all of the color variations from red foxes in captivity for a long time, and that was entertaining. Although, unfortunately, like, I don't know, red foxes just look so iconic that I like don't like any of the color variations, any of the domestic ones. I'm just like, you kind of ruin the vibe of the creature, you know? All right, we are going into the next level of depth. We're going to increase these creases, and then we're going to add the little divot, the poopy mouth holes. That's not what that's called. What's it called where its anus and its mouth is the same thing? I don't know, whatever that is. We're going to add those later. Oh, speaking of Lux, they just texted me. I am streaming still, but I can in a bit. In regards to playing dinosaur game. I suppose I could stream playing Path of Titans, but I don't know, that's probably not that interesting. I spend way too much time playing Path of Titans, but like, it is the only thing I do in my free time because so many of my friends are so busy all the time that it's just me and Lux play Path of Titans. Tyson asks, have I seen a fox loaf? I have. I don't like foxes as much as most people do. I really like birds. And there's not that many mammals that I really enjoy. I really, really like elephants. And I really, really like rabbits. But there's not really many other mammals that I just really like the way that they look and the way that they are, other than those. So, although most people like foxes, and like I got nothing on foxes, like I like them. They're just like not one of my favorite animals, if that makes sense. Like my brother really likes foxes. Sparzy. This is looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. You can tell that my brain cells are rotting away now that I've been staring at this for so long. What are we looking at? Just considering all those things that are responsible for our existence that need not happen on other planets. True. Oh, a blind gut. That is what it's called when it's the mouthy hole and the butty hole at the same time. The ultimate cloaca. Looks like some insect eggs. It kind of does. All 6-4 Crusader is going. See ya if you don't come back during the same stream. See you in the comments or whatever, what have you. Have a great day. Birds are cool. You like owls especially. They just have a great vibe. That is true. Owls used to be some of my favorites, but I've really gotten into trumpeters are my favorite birds now. Everything with like the chicken type niche I just really like for some reason. I think it's funny when birds have big body, small head. And they have like those angy eyes. That probably explains why I like dinosaurs so much. Big body, tiny head. Although I guess things like Edmontosaurus have like enormous heads. But still. Alright, so we are getting pretty close to finishing this one, actually. The detailing might derail us, though. Not the detailing in, like, the texture, but, like, these have tentacles. You know what? We've been in here long enough to actually describe what is going on here. Hold on just a second. Anyways, it's probably time that I actually explain what is going on here. So these are like Anphractorora type things, the things that just look like jellyfish. And the lore of this creature is that basically it originated as a type of cancer. Like it was a single individual with cancerous cells that led it into this structure where each one of these blorbs is like its own jellyfish type thing that is fused together with all their tentacles, and they just have like organs that just like duplicates the entire body repeatedly. And that's what we got going on here. So the only part I probably won't be able to finish is like the amount of tentacles, because I need to draw so many lines and like convert them to meshes, but there's going to be a bunch of tentacles sticking out. This is basically like an actual coral on it. Tyson, elephants are cool, like a creature having an arm growing out of its head. It is cool. Kid me absolutely adored elephants. Wet owls also do look like depressed furries. Opinion on white-tail errati sea. I don't know what that is. Let me go look that up. It seems like we are going to have a visitor real quick. So I am going to really quick. No one can see anything. Okay. Let me pause that. The screen will be back in just a moment. I think Lux is joining us for the stream. Let me just ensure. Alright, just a quick clarification so that they know I am currently in the process of streaming. Okay, so it seems like our buddy friend is going to be joining us. Let me add our volume there. Probably turn that up. Hello, Stinky Small. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Friendos, this is my dear friend and Moirel Lux.
It's not going through, dang it. I yelled, it didn't work.
Absolutely deserved. Can you talk a little bit so I make sure that our audio is balanced?
Let me put my headphones in really quick. Hopefully this works.
Aye.
There we go. How's that?
Oh my goodness, that is just fantastic.
Rad.
If you could talk a little bit louder, that'd be awesome. Because I had my setting maxed. No.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is perfect. That is perfect.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring our display back and bring Blender back up.
If you could stream to me, that would be cool, because there's so much lag on Discord or on YouTube. I can't see what you're doing until like 2 minutes later. Yeah.
I don't think my computer can handle that, but if you want to open up the stream and mute it for visuals, that would be perfectly fine.
Okay.
So this is my Moy Whale Lux, everybody. If you watch like the Path of Titans things, you know who they are. Yeah.
And I comment your videos.
Yeah, that's true. You also do.
Gotta gas you up. Oh, it's still almost live, probably, huh?
Bro is
Okay.
gassing up. Because you're
No,
stinky.
that's not very nice.
It is actually very nice indeed. Do you want to talk about speculative evolution?
Well, what were you guys talking about?
I'm just talking about how this creature is like a bunch of jellyfish stuck together, and I'm
What
using a
is
lot of my brain to model it.
it? What is it? It's a what?
It's like a jellyfish type creature.
Vibes.
Vibes. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Too many tabs open to go through them.
Yeah, you're gonna go through your stink tabs. They have a supercomputer and it has like 10 billion tabs.
I have a MacBook Pro and it has
See, I'm
let's
not even
see,
joking. Let's
an
see how many.
extension that tells me. All right, I want you guys to guess and then I'll answer.
Yeah, guess how many
It's not as much
tabs?
as it used to be.
It's about to be even more than ever before.
Ooh, a parasitic metaphor sounds interesting. It could be like
Yeah.
a super parasite.
That's what I call you.
Rude.
Um, but yeah, it's basically like a bunch of things fused together as sort of like this
It,
just
okay, it's
thing.
lower than that. For reference, my all-time max is 1,892, but it is not that high. I don't know how my computer managed that. It is barely managing with the ones I have right now.
You are the master of tabs.
What is it on? Is that a sponge? Yeah, somebody else just asked.
It is on a calcareomorph, which is basically like an alga, an algae. What's a single alg called?
Alga.
An alga that forms around like a
Okay,
Oh no,
that's closer. The answer is wait, I need to look again.
you looking?
724 tabs.
A calcium carbonate. That's what it's called. It's sort
Oh,
of like a
gotcha.
single alga that forms around a calcium carbonate structure.
No, algae is plural, I'm pretty sure. Um, yes, multicellular organisms are unicellular organisms fused together. However, multicellular organisms are different from like large colonies of unicellular organisms by uh differentiating what their cells do. So by themselves, our like liver cells can't live by themselves, but if a unicellular organism living as a superorganism broke off, it could survive by itself and reproduce and everything.
This is why they are good at answering questions.
I am getting my biology degree.
This is true. If anybody has any advanced questions that you may have asked earlier and I just went, this is now the time to ask.
This is true.
You're put on the test now.
So many comments.
Yes, indeed. Got lots of buddies.
That's so much fun.
Indeed. This is starting to look pretty disgusting now, to be honest. This thing I'm making.
How it should be. There's oh, what's the word? Uh, I need to look them up. They live in the lake by my house, and they're disgusting blobs of nothing, and they're like weird. They're I don't know what to call them. I will have to. I'll have
In
I
researching
see
mode.
them. Yeah. Well, I like there's an people saw I'm not a naturalist, and that's how I figured
Ooh.
out what it was. Because I touched it, and it was so close.
Goodrick asks, are siphonophores colonial or singular? To my recollection, I think they are all colonial.
I don't know what those are. Well, we can look them up. Hold on.
There might be like ones that live by themselves, but I'm pretty sure they are at least the majority are colonial. Yeah, that's right. I just did the Incredibles theme song. Yeah, was it? That's exactly what that was.
Ugh, I can't find it.
Are you looking on iNaturalist?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was an animal or anything. Like,
Was it like snail eggs? Clam eggs, maybe?
no, no, I think it was a super colony of something, but I don't know how it was classified at all, other than it was probably a eukaryote. But if I type in eukaryotes into the thing, that'll just give me. Oh wait, they iNaturalist updated. I can do that now.
Or
You can remove certain classes from your thing.
do you just
Yeah.
type in the minus?
Oh, I just found it.
What is it?
It is magnificent bryozoan.
Bryozoan.
And like they can form their own colonies, and they just look like balls. And they're really gross looking.
Oh.
Are they eukaryotes? They've gotta be. Yeah, they're eukaryotes. Oh, they're animals.
That's a thing.
Yeah, they're really gross looking.
I don't like that. It looks like a slug. It looks like a slug exploded.
But they have like it is a colony of organisms. So like they have like some level of differentiation with their cells. But they're also like a superorganism.
Huh. I'm gonna
And
superorganisms.
They're like jello, but they're like hard jello kind of. Like you can still break it apart. It's really gross.
Ew. That is interesting.
Yes. Apparently we don't know a lot about them. That's neat. Oh wait, no, yes we do. I was lying. Neat.
Yeah,
okay,
you would lie.
Oh, there's an ad going on.
Oh, that's right. There's ads on.
Oh wait, I'm not live anymore. F. Wait. Okay, now I am.
Chickadee Stevenson had the cat sit on the keyboard. Beautiful.
Kitty.
Yeah. Okay. I am gonna vertex paint this
Oh,
now.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Somebody said there are a bunch of guys and you got a guy who's the nards. Yes, that's exactly how they work. They're so weird.
Shoo.
They're relatives of brachiopods? No way.
Are?
Taxonomy.
I'm gonna
I can see that being the case. Let me see. I wish there was like. Oh, surprise! What is? Oh, it's a leech.
Awesome.
God, there's so much like stuff that I don't know about. Oh, they are related to brachiopods. I hate that.
What are brachiopods related to then?
Bryozoans.
Helpful.
Helpful.
Taxonomy moment.
That's so weird. It just occurred to me that wait.
It just occurred to me that you smell.
It just occurred to me that brachiopods and bivalve mollusks are different animals. Like they're not even related.
Oh, you didn't know that? That's funny.
I want to go to school for malacology and I don't even know basic things about it.
I would argue that it's basic things about, or it's non-basic things about what it's not.
I'm going to commit a crime now.
I'm going to commit fatality on your head.
Woke.
Now I kind of just want to play Path of Titans.
You missed me making fun of bryozoans for a while.
Heck
yeah. I
yeah.
don't think they're related to mollusks. At least
I was pretty sure they weren't related to mollusks. Of course, you could just be gaslighting everyone right now, and I would have no idea.
Yes, you have no way to look these things up.
I don't.
I like these basal animals. Nobody talks about them very often. It would be cool to see them in a
putting it in an
project
aquarium.
more in depth. You're doing it a little bit, but God no, I'm not doing that. I have fish and it's good enough. But it had fish eggs on it.
Oh my goodness. So Stinkathan, Lux, weren't you thinking of making your own exobiology project?
Yes, but looking at these things makes me vaguely uncomfortable. Because they look gross to my monkey brain.
This? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to look at it.
Too late, I'm reading the comments.
Deserved. If you look at it, the stream on your phone, you should be able to just, like, maximize the chat and not see anything else.
There's so many worm-like devices.
That's true.
Wait. Oh, these are cool. Loricifera.
What is it?
Loricifera.
Loricifera? What is that?
God, I hate threadworms so much. It looks like a jellyfish, kind of, but also not at all.
Interesting. Oh, now it's kind of looking tasty. It looks like a bunch of grapes now.
You eating what's
all of my
or dish where it's just fish eggs. I don't remember.
Ew. Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, we need more Ediacaran representation. Everybody just skips over the good stuff where it's like actual diversification and it's like the majority of life on our planet. And they're just like, okay, we have fish now, we're gonna make them go on land. Like, bruh.
Bruh.
Fish are so, like, what's the term? Like,
fishy.
They're already so specific. Like,
derived?
Yeah. Yes, they're already so derived, and like there's stuff before fish because like a lot of the biology stuff is like, well, this is a fish. It came from wow, I can't think of anything today. Those tunicates, yeah, they came from larval tunicates, and then it just turned into it. No, it didn't. There's so much cool stuff in between, like the tunicate to fish thing. Oh my gosh, you illustrated on Wikipedia? I'm looking it up. One of your
viewers.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta see that.
Gosh, good job.
What is it for? A tunicate? Grand.
I don't know. I was just on the ranch.
Deserves?
It is Eukaryocetus within eukaryote. So cool.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we need more stuff like that in Aliens Project. If you guys want to make your own Spec Evo, that's totally what you should focus on. I'm gonna start by just doing cellular or unicellular organisms for like 4 years probably, and nobody will watch.
I will watch it.
Oh, an algae? That's interesting.
All of my 3D creations end up going through this phase where they look really tasty and then they start to become disgusting again, and it's on the tasty scale right now.
Food are you eating?
It looks like a giant blackberry.
It looks like a low-res pile of blueberries. Oh yeah, Goodrick, these you should totally watch my thing that I will probably never actually make.
Deserve. You know what this like 100% looks like though? It looks like when you go into a model home and they have like plastic food. This looks like the plastic thing of blueberries.
Yeah. I want to eat those. When I was a kid, we would go to Home Depot because my dad's a contractor, and we would go into Home Depot with him, and we would be like looking for like fridges or whatever for a house he's building, and uh me and my siblings would always go and look through the fridges because sometimes they have fake food in them, like, and it was like the most low stakes game of like just finding food somewhere or like random candy. It was pretty great.
One time I was in one of those model homes and my mother gaslit like 6-year-old me into thinking she made me a bowl of
Oh.
Cheerios, but it was the plastic Cheerios and it made me so sad.
I I I can see Chimere. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm assuming it's Chimere. I could see them being popular because it's like building off of stuff that exists in the world, but like
Wait, which one is the
I don't
Chimere?
know. It's that one guy who does like paleo art occasionally. I've talked to him a couple times, but I don't know. It's just not my genre of stuff that
It's
I
not
like.
your forte.
I don't know. I like Evo for the aspect of like how biology could be cool, and how it could differ on different planets rather than like this is what this animal could look like it if evolved to have wings or something. It's more of like a I like things on the microbiological scale rather than the macrobiological scale, and that's a lot of what he does. So it's like I can see it being really popular, especially in like kids who don't like have that biological knowledge yet, or like they just want to see pretty pictures, which like I'm the same way. It's just like I don't know, it's not as rigorous as I like for my personal stuff, but it's I think that's like two ways you could section off Spec Evo. Is just like the what happens if seed worlds existed, and then like what happened if life independently evolved. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Limbunya group. Oh, that sounds fun. I try not to absorb much speculative evolution stuff because I want to make my own. Oh, this is an actual. Oh, that's cool. I will definitely read about that. Um, I don't like absorbing other people's projects very much. Like I'll do candy eggs because they're my more real. But other than that, I don't like actively seek them out because I don't want to accidentally steal somebody's idea or like not be able to think of something else other than their idea.
Understandable.
Cool. Yeah, it's a fossil site. I didn't know that when you first said that. The chat is lagging considerably, so
Oh, don't worry about that. The chat takes like I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute to update.
interesting. It's probably so it can go through their filters so they don't put like slurs or whatever in the chat.
Yeah, it has the filter and then it also has a
Oh.
little bit of latency just so my computer runs better.
Oh, the chat that I'm looking at is faster than yours.
Oh,
Considerably.
that's weird.
You're like 10 minutes behind.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's fun. I just what is a morel? It's a mushroom. Um, there's a micro spec Discord, which is fun and like the people are knowledgeable on microbiology. But also like I just work in a research lab, so I can just ask people and they'll know. Oh, here, that's the Chimere thing that just showed up on your thing. That was what I was talking about a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to show my Discord.
What? No, look on the chat. They said they were talking about Chimere.
Oh, I thought you meant a picture.
No.
Sorry,
Minecraft timeline.
Yeah, Minecraft timeline. Okay, I am gonna use 100% of my brain for a little bit.
Okay, do you want me to keep talking?
Yeah.
It's Moira. I'll spell it in the chat. Um, it's like a platonic partner. It's from Homestuck, but it predates the concept of queer platonic partners by like a year, so I prefer to use that one. And also, like, I don't like inherently like the inherent of it being queer. I don't know. It's not like I am queer, but like I want it to be more of a common thing within general society, and attaching the queer label to it, but it turns a lot of people off of it. Yeah. Because it's a thing that happens regularly. People just don't have the words for it. Let's see what else I can blabber on about.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to make a spline and turn it into a mesh. So I'm gonna be
Oh,
googling.
jeez. Okay. Good luck. I have no idea how to do any of that. I've gotten as far as modeling a fish in Blender and making a kitty bean. Yeah, it's a bean, but it has a cat face on it and one arm. I didn't save it, unfortunately. I have some screenshots though.
Good. Kitty Bean lives forever.
Imzadi?
With
That's
Garcia.
a
Oh.
fun term. Let me look that up. Oh, interesting. So, like, Moira Allegiance is a specific type of relationship within Homestuck. They have, like, so there's, like, the Homestuck trolls, whatever. If you guys haven't read it, it'll make more sense. Oh, yeah, so there's no sexual or romantic aspect to Moira Allegiance, which is fun. It's more of just, it's kind of like a best friendship, but a little bit different. There's, like, more, there's, like, a term for it, so, like, gives me more security. Yeah. And I also don't like ranking my friends, which is inherent to like saying this is my best friend. Like, oh, they're all my best friends. I love all my friends. But yeah. This is not related to Specupo at all. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to. So I need to make tentacles coming out of these. And they're like really
Okay.
long, elegant
Yeah.
tentacles, like catching the water.
Yeah.
I need to turn this into a shape that I like, but I forgot how to edit these. And then I need to put a mesh. I need to turn it into a mesh on the outside so that I
Why
can
don't,
export it.
oh, why don't you just wait? Why are you trying to export it?
Oh no, because I need to like render the pictures of this. But
Right.
this isn't an object. It is a one-dimensional thing with curves. I guess wait,
Okay.
yeah, one-dimensional.
Why don't you just remesh it?
Oh, because this isn't a mesh. But also, I need to move it and like edit the pieces, and I don't remember how to do that.
Why don't you just take screenshots?
Oh wait, okay, so I have a point. I just needed the move tool. Okay. How do I make more?
I have never watched much Star Trek at all, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about in the chat. It's
Extrude.
it's lagging way hard.
Extrude. I have
Oh, gross. Throw the
extruded.
chocolate out.
What? Huh?
I'm responding to the chat because I'm in the future.
Okay, so I have discovered how to do it. Go in the blueberry. Go in it. Yeah.
Oh. It's been funny. Yeah, so like the Moira Allegiance is like it's explicitly platonic at it. Like there's no question about it, which is fun. I don't like how long I don't like how long of a term like queer platonic relationship or queer platonic partnership is. It sounds stupid. They just need to make a new word for it. And there is a word and it's Moira Allegiance.
I'm sort of getting it.
You and the weird chicken finger.
It's a weird chicken finger with a beautiful ring.
That's what ring I'm gonna use when I propose to you.
Whoa.
Not even live.
I'm.
Uh,
What?
there we go. Now
Oh,
I was like, I had like a 30-second latency for some reason.
interesting.
Oh, you are caught up in the chat. I was just watching you from the past.
Deserved. Oops. Go back. Go back. I need
That's fun.
duplicate.
That looks like a parasite.
It is a tentacle that I
Oh wait,
will
no, you aren't caught up in the chat. Lol.
wogue.
I'm still in the future.
Deserved.
What's Dash Con? Dare I ask?
Is
Oh, is that
Dashcon
the?
the thing with the ball pit?
Oh my god. I didn't know it had a term. It was like, haha, funny Tumblr convention. So he says you're making the blueberries hairy. Tyson
Good.
says.
Good. Good. Oh wait, no.
Hell
Meow.
yeah, pod scums. If more people use the term Moira, it's gonna become more normalized. That's why I use it in regular conversation and give Homestucks whiplash.
Exactly.
Oh, it is the ball pit. That's so funny. If I was on Tumblr when I was a kid, I would be insufferable.
You
Or
should
maybe a
be on
better
Tumblr right
person
now.
than I just made a Tumblr, but I don't know if I want it to be my art account or if I want it to be a personal account. I followed my friend Vivian and that's it. Her blog is very aesthetically nice and I need to figure out how to do that.
Oh my goodness.
So pretty. When the blueberries have hair.
Yeah. This one. Perhaps it was a bad idea for me to try and stream 3D. My brain is
Working.
melting.
Oh.
Okay, this one.
I can keep rambling. I just don't know what to talk about.
You are doing amazing.
We should absolutely make it some 3D art for the Spec Evo project, Gavin. That would be so much fun. And I bet Kandy would be willing to put it
What?
in their thingy. They're wanting to make the blueberry thingy.
Make this? Like in their own 3D? That's the Geonode's friend, right?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know what Geonodes is, but I know it's a 3D thing.
You know how I showed you when I was making the trees and I was like, this is the math that makes my trees. That's what it is.
You should totally do that.
That'd be really cool.
There should definitely be more Spec Evo projects that use 3D because there is such potential to do these small little things that are like geometrically complex but not much else complex. Like that one that you made me watch where it had like they didn't do a lot with plants for some reason, but they did a lot with their animal things
Oh, that's
where they like turned into mammoths or whatever.
Biblaridian's one.
Yeah, they did that a lot and that was fun. They did a
Yeah.
lot of 3D art. I'm hungry.
Hi, hungry.
Hi, hungry. I'm Daddy. Oh my gosh. Uh, uh, can I use your name or do I keep calling you Candy?
You can use my name.
Oh my god, Sage, you should send or put the Gmail that you wanted for people to do fan art in the chat so that people
Oh,
can send.
let me.
Alien biospheres. Oh yeah, that is that one.
Yeah.
Acid Oceans was really interesting. Not necessarily uh plausible if life didn't evolve super quick, but oh yeah, that's a cool thing that I haven't seen a lot of people do in their uh oh, your stream is just lagging. You're seeing the chat in real time. Um, spider racism. There's there's something really cool with oceans that I haven't seen a lot of people do in their Spec Evo projects, which again, I don't absorb very much Spec Evo art and projects and whatnot. Um, but they oceans will slowly accumulate soluble whatever in them because they're like the lowest point on the planet, and so like it'll slowly like for example, when we left the water as Sarcoterigians, the ocean was less salty than it is now, which is why we have a lower concentration of salt in our blood than sharks do, which have stayed in the water up until now, or in the oceans up until now. Um, and the oceans will just keep getting saltier and saltier because salt is soluble in water and it just keeps getting washed into the ocean and it accumulates. Um, and another neat thing about that is ray-finned fish, the actinitrigians, I think. Did I mix them up? I think I just did. Anyways, um, the
We're Sarcopterygians. I think you're right.
oh, okay, so actinitrigians um are uh they have to actively pump salt out of their blood when they live in the ocean because they evolved in freshwater and then went back into the ocean and recolonized it. And so they can't tolerate the amount of salt that's in the ocean now because they evolved in a freshwater ecosystem where, like us, they kept the amount of salt in their blood when moving into freshwater, and then um, moving back, they couldn't handle the higher level of salt in the ocean. So yeah. Yeah,
Smarty.
feel free to ask about the freshwater ocean thing. I know a little bit about it, but yeah. Organisms do need some level of salt in their blood to survive. It's for electron transportation, which is how our cells move. That's like our form of keeping equilibrium, I guess is the best way to put it. Um, but there is a point where it's like not great for for organisms because there is so much. So like um I believe sharks just deal with it by accumulating it in their tissues, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so iguanas will sneeze out extra salt because they can't keep all of that in their blood and maintain the equilibrium they need between their cellular fluid and their extracellular fluid. Um, but I don't really remember where I was going with this.
Salt.
Reviving. Um, I don't think the oceans were still freshwater during the early Triassic. I could be wrong. I don't know when freshwater fish invaded saltwater, but it was definitely at that point
I think wasn't
when.
that in the Ordovician where they became salty?
Hmm?
I don't know. Oh, that is way too bent out of line. Yep. That was me going yippee, but I don't think that made any noise.
It just went yip. I have surface level knowledge of many things.
Yeah, you would. Oh gosh, this is very hard. I want it to be kinked.
It's clipping in. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I feel like this might just be easier to make a new spline or whatever this is.
Good night.
A boyinga.
So, in the northwest where? Oh, Scotland. Like, there was fresh water forever, for as long as there've been, like, regular, like water on land. There's been fresh water, and then there's been the ocean. I wait. You do need to my mind is exploding right now.
What's going on?
I'm so confused.
Add the chat.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about anymore because of the lag.
That is okay. I have no idea what's going on at all.
Well, you said that the ocean is a large amount of water and salt, not a large amount of mineral deposits, and I don't remember talking about mineral deposits. Did I?
I don't know. Chat.
Oh, they're talking with the other person. I'm just gonna let them communicate until I understand.
Chad, is this real?
Chad, am I cooked?
Chat, we are cooked. Shrink, grab, place. Yeah. And this one, shoom, there.
Tendrils does each one have?
8. I'm only gonna put these on like a couple of them though.
You should just do a couple of them and then copy paste to the other ones, so you have like a couple different configurations and it'll look all the same.
Smarty! My brain is starting to become exhausted though. I might have to end the stream in a little bit.
Understandable.
I'm trying to... It is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be to make like a spiraling thing. Oops, that's not...
Oceans and gamers getting saltier over time. Real.
Me when there is hats in Path of Titan. Yeah. Okay, my brain is actually exploding. We got this far today. Oh my goodness. Oof, I need to drink water.
Neat.
Huh?
There's a theory that eukaryotes evolved in freshwater. Why? Why?
That's interesting. Oh, I can add screws. Okay, that's useful for later. Soft body physics. There's a lot of cool stuff. Well, gamers, if we all want to finish up our conversations in the next couple minutes, that would be awesome. My brain is absolutely cooked. I am gonna need to spend some time reviewing how Blender works before I continue this one. It's been an awesome stream. Do you have any last things to talk about, Lux?
Now I start reading about eukaryotes evolving in freshwater, and I want to learn more about it, but that might take a while to talk about. So.
Understandable. Ooh, my brain is actually cooked. What time is it? Oh no, it's already 3:20. Okay. I have to do laundry pretty quick. Alright, friends. 'Twas an awesome stream. I apologize for not reading too much. Blender absorbs every neuron in my brain. This is how far we got today. In fact, let's add our light back and take a look at what it looks like with a light that isn't that light, and if we turn it to the sun. Whoa! This is way too bright.
So sorry, hold on, I'm jumping in. The largely freshwater is kind of like an in quote sort of thing going on. Like, we can still like vertebrates can still exist, or not vertebrates, tetrapods can still like exist in salt water and like pump the salt water out through biological processes. So it's still not that salty, but eventually it'll get salty. And we've been around for a very, very long time, so anyways, sorry. Continue.
Whoa.
Thank you for the paper.
Huh?
You can put a paper and I say thank you.
Oh, awesome.
It's not related to the eukaryote thing, but whatever.
Understandable. Oh my gosh. So I have to go do laundry and then do something else. Oh my gosh. Splines are so hard. I guess they're not even splines, they're booleans is what this calls it.
It's blind.
Okay, once again, thank you for showing, everyone. Thank you for your kind, inspirational words, your fun, awesome conversations. It makes working on this project a lot less monotonous, a lot less intimidating, I guess, to know that there are people who actually do just like it. I normally stream on Mondays, the most inconvenient time possible, around this time. I cannot guarantee when the next stream will be, but we are getting pretty far into this project. It's going to get to a point where basically everything is going to be done that is like visually interesting, and then we'll all just have to sit and wait for it to actually come out. Now, without further ado, goodbye, friends. Thank you for tuning in to the Candy Egg stream. Bye-bye. Lux, would you like any last words?
Oh, shoot, go shoot. Ah! I got part of it in there.
Good job. All right. See you all next time. Bye.